Well, another day, another craziness thing going on with my laptop or whatever. Ooh, there's an interesting green screen right there. Um, um, anyway, I don't want to create a short. Anyway, um, I'm in the process of trying to fix my laptop. I actually, after 2 days of not being able to get whatchamacallit, I don't know why this is. Hold on. Let's turn off the green screen thing again because it wasn't showing it right. Um, let's see. There we go. Um, 2 days of not being able to get that at all or anything on there. I'm currently trying to run a scan on my laptop to try and fix whatever it is that's going on with my laptop because, you know, everything is just going wrong and I can't, you know, up until just maybe 5 minutes ago, I was not able to get Windows to be open. Now that I finally got Windows to be open, instead of, starting the podcast like I would like to do, I'm doing, I guess, the responsible thing and trying to run this scan on my computer to make sure that I can actually get some sort of traction here and figure out what the hell's going on with my computer. So I guess while this is running, I can do a somewhat of a show, just with me sitting here doing this. I guess I could probably do. Let me see if I turn on the green screen, I could do this. I don't know if that's gonna. Can't really see much of anything. You can't really see the Venmo thing, but there we go. Um, I don't know if I'm going to need a laptop or not. I don't know if I'm going to need to be able to get a new one, or if what I'm doing right now is going to help fix the problem. Um, so, um, First of all, hey Alton, hey Jackie, hey Molly, hey Steve from across the pond. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. See, I don't even have the ability to do voices or whatever, or my bits. So I'm gonna have to just sit here and do. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. If I see Steve or any of the other things that we get done. Hold on, let me go ahead and just close the door. I mean, you're not gonna be able to see anybody coming in because I do have a successful green screen or whatever. But it is what it is. Thank you, Donald. Um, you know, we're going low tech here on this episode of Liberal Dan Radio. Talk from the left. That's right. I could have started the show by doing my own version of uh, the Liberal Dan intro. Uh, Self-proclaimed king, an orange thief. No, whatever in chief. I don't even remember the lyrics right now. Um, Faux patriots who are poorly educated, uh, wearing red caps and also unvaccinated. Liberal Dan, computer sucks. I don't know what's going on with it right now. And it seems like it just crashed again. Whatever. Anyway, so there we go. It's back, I guess, sort of. I don't know if this scan is frozen or not. Not exactly sure what's going on. It's kind of stuck on 76.3% of finishing this scan. I don't know if what that means, or if that means that it's going to be um, frozen or not. It does seem like, I mean, the screen's not frozen, but like I can pop open, YouTube and be able to chat in the YouTube chat instead of, whatever. Let's see if I go into Go Live and I can, let's see, pop in here, and then I don't know how to set this up just right to be able to. Maybe I'll get this to work this way and have it charging this way, so that way. There we go. So now I can sit here and type and be in the chat, and I can type here. Haha, there you go. So again, I don't know if that's gonna charge properly or not, or if it's gonna kill the whole thing, but we'll see. Um, yeah, but you know, it's not been the greatest day. my colonoscopy went well. Um, Apparently, the doctor's notes on the after report said that I did a great job with my prep. That might be too much information than what you might have needed, but it is what it is. Um, yeah. So, what's going on, Jeff? Jeff from just north of Uranus. Um, anyway, so I did want to go live specifically just to be able to say hello to everybody. And I guess while this is charging, and while this seems to be working properly on my phone, I can sit here and still try and do my own tech support while let's see, the worst part. Awesome. Yeah. Oh my God, the drink. Oh, the drinking part of the prep. That was actually the most nastiest part. I mean, ugh, just ugh. And I never really had like the urge to go running. Like I did have to go, but I didn't really have like the, oh my God, if I don't get off the bed right this very second, I'm going to create a mess all over my house. Well, maybe that's also TMI, but um, it went well. Nothing bad found really in there. Just no real irregularities, I guess. No polyps, as they say. The kidney stone removal went well from 2 Thursdays ago. This apparently went well, and then in 8 days, I have my knee surgery. So we'll see about what happens with that. But at least all of my stuff, at least all the charges went through as it should, and I'm now absolutely at my max out of pocket, and I know that because I went to go try and pick up a medicine today. I didn't actually get it, but according to the Walgreens app, my copay on my medicine was $0, so I am at my max out of pocket officially, finally. So thank goodness on that. Um, let's see what else. What else can we talk about? We can talk about the diddler on the roof. Donald Trump just hopping up on top of the White House roof, just kind of walking around, and no heroes today. Nobody trying to save the country by being a hero today, up and dealing with the diddler on the roof. But you know, we start. He should be going. If I was a dumb man, yeah, little, all day long I'd Friege's Lane Maxwell. If I were a corrupt man, oi. Actually, he wouldn't say oi. I don't know what he would say, but he wouldn't say oi because he's not a fellow tribes person. Scamming all my voters. Yeah, I mean, as we said Monday, how on earth can we even justify having somebody as commander in chief, as president of these United States, if that person could absolutely be leveraged by a corrupt, child molesting, sex trafficker? It's not a good place to be for our country. Let's just put it that way. If who else can have such influence over this president, and what would they get out of him because of it? Of course, they lied. They said that they were going to be having a meeting tonight to deal with how they're going to deal with the Epstein issues, or as people are now starting to call it, the Trump files, because of how many times Trump's name might actually be in those files. But I can't take credit for Diddler on the Roof, although I wish I could, because that's amazing. It's an amazing nickname for him, especially because he was, up on that damn roof, and someone could have easily just gone. Of course, we here at Legal Dan Radio Talk from the Left, that's right, support, doing things the legal way. Although, what would be interesting to say is that how far do we have to go before people on the left start realizing that perhaps other forms of resistance are needed, ones that use more force, and when that happens, how quickly will Donald Trump start trying to clamp down and prevent people from having weapons in violation of people's Second Amendment rights? And how quickly will the hypocrites on the right then go, oh, Donald Trump is right. We now have to clamp down on those Second Amendment rights to make sure that Donald Trump remains president? Because hypocrisy, as we all know, is a conservative prerequisite. Hello, TV2 Live. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Alton. I don't know if I said hello, Jackie, before. Hey, Cynthia. Good to see you. Thank you all for joining me for this bizarre, oddball episode of, again, Liberal Dan Radio, Talk from the Left, That's Right. I might have to Control C this because it's just not seemed completed successfully. Oh, it's at 100%. Look at that. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. I should open up this another browser window and go see what I was searching up with my history, because I do have to write a couple of other commands in here to make sure it works properly. Let's see. Let's enter type that in there. So Liberal Dan Radio doing his own tech support whilst no component store corruption detected. Operation completed completely. Interesting. And then let's do a scan health and see if we can get that done correctly as well. So we're gonna see how that goes. So yeah. See, why do we have the small chat room tonight? Because I'm not broadcasting from my laptop, because my laptop is still having some major issues. Remember on Monday's show, my whatchamacallit, my cameras weren't working properly. Neither of them were. And as immediately after the show ended, my computer crashed. And I was getting the blue screens of death for a while. And there was like only once or twice where I was able to get Windows open, but even those other times when I got Windows open, I was not able to keep it open for much longer. I tried doing a complete refresh or reset while keeping my data, and it tried to do that and it failed, and I never actually got the complete refresh and reset to reset the computer. So I thought I was just going to be doing this without having my computer open and doing this live during the show, but at 7:55, my computer was like, hey, we're going to let Dan see his windows again. We're just going to do a little tease. And instead of going live immediately from this, from my laptop, we're doing this right now just to see if I can scan this properly. Yes. So again, and the reason I have the Venmo thing up there is because I don't know if my laptop is actually fixed now or not. I don't know if I'm going to need to buy a new laptop. I don't know if my laptop is actually, going to be workable. But until then, it's possible I may very well have to use a laptop. But again, this is probably if you're going to contribute money to the podcast, that's the best way to do it, simply because I don't get all the super chat money. I don't get all the super sticker money. It's a great way to highlight your stuff and for me to read if I am going to do it. But Venmo is I get 100% of it as long as you send it friends and family. And I don't know if I'm going to need a new computer at this point. I was going to just go live and just have this and just be like, if you can do it, otherwise just help out the algorithms and get me more subscribers, more followers, whatever. So hopefully we can get enough interactions to be able to get some of these funds up, because I'm struggling. I am really struggling. I was not having a good mental health day. Kids aren't helping as much as they should at home. I keep telling them in a week I'm not going to be able to do much of anything for an indeterminate amount of time, because I'm going to have a new knee, and I can't just hop around on a new knee and just be running around the house. It's not going to be a magic fix. It takes time to heal. I need to do physical therapy, and they don't seem to understand it. And unfortunately, the time they'll probably understand is when I'm too late and I can't do crap. So I had a very bad mental health day today. And all the other time I have work to do, I have to complete work for my actual job, so we can stay employed. I can keep my insurance. I can keep, all the stuff that's going on. I have doctor's appointments to go to. I have three. I have two scans tomorrow morning. Both, one. I think these scans from tomorrow morning are from the same doctor who did the colonoscopy. I think he wanted them beforehand, but I couldn't get him scheduled beforehand. And then I have another scan on Monday. That's a post checkup after the whatchamacallit, after my kidney stone removal. And of course, I also have the pre-op meeting tomorrow, doctor's appointment at at the place where I'm having my knee repair, knee replacement done tomorrow. So I'm just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And I know and I know everything's going to be great with the knee afterwards, and that's not the issue. The issue is basically that it's just while I'm recovering, I'm not confident that my kids are going to do whatever it is. The component store is repairable. The operation completed successful. Let me see if I can run this other thing. I just stopped at 70%. It said operation completed successfully. Okay, whatever. I don't know what that means. One of my friends was in Colombia, was raised Jehovah's Witness. I told him, he said, what a effing upgrade. Nice. Anyway, let's take a little sip of water or whatever. So yeah. So that all seems right. Let me see if I can. I don't know if this will minimize properly or not. Reconnecting. We're live. There we go. We don't have the green screen again. So, I was trying to. I will be right back. I have to go look up one more thing on my phone that I can't see on my computer because it's only in a message that I got on my phone. So I will be right back. We'll you won't see an image for a second, but I promise you I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, we're back again. As I said. All right, we're back again. As I said, I need to restart the computer now. This is the moment of truth, because I'm restarting my computer and I'm really not looking forward to what the results are going to be as I restart my computer. But it should restart, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if it fails or not. Robert, Trucker John speaks very highly of you. I also speak very highly of Trucker John, so it's good to hear. I know he does like my show, and I like his show as well. I don't watch it as much as I should be able to, but my colon's doing fine. The colonoscopy came out clean as a whistle, I suppose. So we'll see. Anyway. We're going to be waiting to see if I get a blue screen of death right now or not as I'm restarting the computer. And once doing this, it's doing the disk checking, so I'm not going to stop the disk checking. You get to see Liberal Dan Radio doing tech support to his own computer. How exciting for y'all. So exciting to watch Liberal Dan Radio while he's doing tech support for himself. I finished stage 1, and it's almost done stage 2 already. Look at that. Now it's stage 4. There's a lot of stuff to do stage 4, but it's at like 0%. It's saying it's going to be about 50 minutes before that finishes. So we'll just sit here and be doing this for a while, shall we? Let's see. I don't even know how long I'm going to have to put this. Hold on. Let me grab this and. Thank you, Aaron. I did notice the notification from Aaron for contributing to the laptop fund. So thank you, Aaron. Love you as always. You are one of my 2 best mods. But not only are you one of my 2 best mods, both of you are the best mods in the entire universe. So, I mean, I am biased, obviously, but y'all are awesome. But thank you for that. Anyway. Let's see. 3%. Oh, it's only 30 minutes left. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we get the blue screen of death afterwards, or maybe this might actually fix the whole darn thing. Aaron, if this actually fixes the whole damn thing, let's see. We'll do you want the money back, or do you or should I pay for other people to to get whatchamacallits? subscriptions on other channels or what? You can let me know privately if you want to let me know that. But anyway, but I always appreciate the help that you and Jolie always give me. So let's see. I should wonder if I could use the AI to come up with a Diddler on the Roof song to make fun of Donald Trump being up there being an idiot. Because well, what else is new? Donald Trump is always an idiot. What else? Today I've had some interesting interactions. I found out that two of the people that I was friends with on Facebook, one of them I'm no longer friends with on Facebook, were talking wonderful things about the anti-Semite Candace Owens. And Candace Owens is not just an anti-Semite for what she did to Ben Shapiro, because I don't even know that whole story. I just know she was shitty to him. But she also had that whole thing that she denies being an apologist for Hitler. But if you watch the video, the video where she was talking with whatchamacallit, that idiot, one of the many idiots on the right, where she was I can half the time I could never remember his name because I think I repressed the name. Charlie Kirk, that's his name. So when she's up there talking about how about nationalism and globalism, and people confuse nationalism and globalism, and yada yada yada, and she has no problem with nationalism, and she was like, if Adolf Hitler would have kept his activities within Germany and only wanted to make Germany great, then it would have been okay. But the globalism was her problem, not the murdering of millions of people, but the globalism was her problem. And to me, that sounds like an anti-Semitic thing to do. And of course, when I tell the people that this is why it's anti-Semitic, as a Jewish person who's taking college-level courses on anti-Semitism, how to detect it, etc., they always push back. They're never like, oh, you know what? I never thought about it that way, and maybe I should listen to a marginalized and oppressed person when they're talking about issues pertaining to their own marginalization and oppression. But no, they can't even fathom that. They need to, to double down on their support of bigots and anti-Semites. Because that's what Candace Owens is a bigot and anti-Semite. Hey, CR, good to see you. 26 minutes left, supposedly, for stage 4 of my check disc scanning and repairing. So we will see if this solves the problem or not. If this solves the problem, I will, be very happy. And maybe I'll go live for a little bit regularly and normally. But we'll have to see, shall we? But anyway, so much stupidity going on in this nation. I've been having, back and forths with Jeff Crouere, the host of Ringside Politics, the local conservative station, a local conservative show, the local conservative host, who, again, every single conversation and argument that I have with him is, he's like, what about Biden? Well, whataboutisms mean that you've just lost your argument. Because if you can't defend Donald Trump's actions without bringing up the actions of somebody else, then you're admitting that you can't defend Donald Trump's actions. Period. End of story. Of course, he never wants to admit that Donald Trump is doing things, following the Hitler playbook. He doesn't want to admit that what's going on in Florida is alligator Dachau. He doesn't want to admit the similarities between what goes on there and here. He refuses to do it, but, it is what it is. I basically told him he's lost his way. Hey, P-Dubs, good to see you. And I basically was just like, I don't know if I've ever told him this before. I've told this to y'all before, and so I'm publicly open about it now with the fact of my abuse that I dealt with as a kid. And I was like, your president is protecting child molesters. And as somebody who was abused as a kid myself, I have to say that that's deplorable that you continue to support him. And look, he's like, well, I have been very vocally open about the fact that I disapprove of how he's dealing with the Epstein files. I'm like, no, he hasn't released the Epstein files. And because of that, you shouldn't be supporting him at all because he's protecting pedophiles. Simple as that. If you continue to support him while he protects pedophiles, then you're tacitly approving of his, protecting pedophiles. The only way, if you really supported him and you really think that he's somebody who will go after pedophiles, the only way to force him is to force his hand by saying, I'm done with you until, do whatever. You should be supporting his impeachment. You should be supporting his removal from office. If you're really conservative, then guess what? If you really believe in conservative values and you really believe that, part of conservative values is standing up and fighting against people who commit acts of pedophilia, which, I call bullshit on. But if you really believe that, then you would say, draw a line in the sand. Hey, Joe Rogan drew a line in the sand on this issue as well. He said, this is the line in the sand issue. He doesn't do anything about this. Done. So at least Joe Rogan is willing to actually come out and say, look, we're done with you if you don't do this. But Jeff Carrera's not willing to do that. Not one bit. So it's tacit approval. Hey, it's impeccable living. But because I don't have my laptop available to me right now because it's currently running a check disk, I have to do it personally. Oh my. There you go. There's impeccable living. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. But yeah. Continuing to support Donald Trump at this point. It's just ridiculous. And of course, Donald Trump today, he signed an executive order basically ordering the either the fixing and or restoring and or replacing of the Confederate monuments in Washington D.C. He wants to basically rebuild, include one of them that was like somebody who was in the KKK. I mean, I don't know, it's not Nathan Bedford Forrest, the guy that actually created the KKK, but it just goes to show you what I've been saying all along. Is that when MAGA says make America great again, they're not talking about the United States of America. They're talking about the Confederate States of America. That is the America that they want to make great again. Because they're Confederates. Now, they'll sit here and say, oh, those are Democrats. The Democrats owned slaves and the Democrats started the Klan. But the Democrats are also the people in those monuments that they want to restore. Those people were the Democrats back then. They would be Republicans today, but they're the Democrats back then. They're always conservatives because they were always talking about them. They were always the ones whinging about the myth of states' rights. Because again, states don't have rights. States have powers. People have rights. But we're on stage 5. I didn't know we were stage 5. That stage 4 was the last stage. Oh, but apparently there's a minute and 23 seconds left. So we will very soon see if my computer is going to behave or not after the check disk is finished. Trucker John. I heard Trucker John was saying things about me. Good things, obviously, but good to hear you talking about me and spreading the word about the awesomeness of the Liberal Dan Radio Show. And as I always like to spread the word of the awesomeness of the Trucker John program as well. Here is, let's turn off the green screen. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's turn off the green screen. Turn it off. And then we're going to flip the camera for the moment of truth, eh? Let's see if it starts. You get a nice little, look at that, it started. Whoa, look at that. That is crazy. I got it to start without a blue screen of death. Look at that. That's nuts. Do we have light at the end of the tunnel? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I guess the thing I really want to see what happens is if what's going to happen if I plug in the camera. What's going to happen if plug in the monitor and the camera. Camera's the most important thing. See if the camera works. Hold on. Helps if I can plug it in the hole. Oh my. That's what she said, right? There you go. There's the hole that I need to plug that cord into. What else? Let's see. There's that. And let's see. There's this. This is the most important thing. Not the most important thing, but this is the thing that might tell me whether or not I actually have success here or not, if I've actually successfully repaired my computer or not. Sorry for getting the weird, super up close shot of me. Let's see. Don't switch. Is the mouse not working? I don't know. Let's unplug that again just to see. There's that. Don't switch. And let's see if we can get the XSplit open and see that. We're just having fun doing tech support here. XSplit. cancel. Let's see if the webcam works. Look at that. The webcam is working. Holy shit. And does that work over there as well? I don't know. So it doesn't. Oh, that's right, because I might have to change the settings on that XSplit. Wow, look at that. And ooh, this is crazy. I might owe the guy who helped me out with this a little bit with some of the technical help some favors. I'm not going to say what favors they are. You know, maybe like a free meal or something. This is crazy. All right, so I mean, I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to end this. I am going to try and start the show normally, and we'll see if it works. And if it works, I'm going to have my mind blown. So, anyway, I will be back hopefully in a few minutes. Hey, Big Hook, good to see you. Y'all, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.